When you start to look at the amount of stress that people are under to what we see in society right now, we think it's very, very important in today's culture as we shift, and we're all making a shift, and learning how do we deal better with mental health issues. Every day we all have something that's affecting us, so we feel it's important to move forward.
Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, definitely mental health was on the radar of Robbinsdale area schools. With the pandemic, it became even more accelerated as far as the urgency of it.
We're noticing a lot of lingering effects on our students, and they're not as connected to maybe each other or to school or to their community like maybe we used to see.
Really important to start focusing on it when you're younger. It's almost like a lifelong learning type of thing. We're trying to put a focus on it at KFI, and that's why we think it's important to focus on it young, especially with kids in school, to give them the tools to use as they grow older.
Our students are coming to us with a lot more anxiety and other mental health needs that they might not be able to get serviced outside of school. So by giving them access to these spaces, we're going to help them perform academically because we're taking care of a need that they have during the day.
Our students needed a space where they can go to for a few moments if they just needed to relax. And so we felt it was important to create a space, a dedicated space, just for those types of reasons. If our students felt that from a mental standpoint that they needed to go somewhere just to relax.
We know the benefits of the whole child within education and how important it is for our kids to have spaces they can go to that are not for discipline, to regroup, recenter themselves, and to refocus on the day.
And what we need to do in Robbinsdale area schools is provide safe spaces and safe places for them, meaning our whole community of learners and scholars.
Definitely, that's one of the exciting things about the Bird Bash will help fund the wellness rooms spaces at all 4 of our middle schools. Robbinsdale Middle School, Plymouth Middle School, Sandburg Middle School, and Fair Crystal. Well, the Wellness Center is for our students to gather themselves. As we mentioned earlier, it's for all of our students to access those spaces. Those spaces will help for students to recenter themselves.
I think it's exciting to think about the possibilities. I would love to see a space, like I said, that's neutral, that doesn't double up as another space for discipline or for other things, but that's really just intended to be a wellness space for our students. That's, essentially kind of judgment-free, where students could access it as needed.
And a lot of times kids really just need to build the skills to be successful. And sometimes they don't need an adult to be with them every moment that they are struggling.
Because there's a lot of kids here who need that space and comfort, and to know that, the school really cares about their health and stuff. Because some kids don't really, like expressing their feelings to their teachers, because, it's kind of a big step, and I feel like this will help a lot. Because, just by being in this room and knowing that somebody cares for you, that can help a lot.
I know that some of my friends or other students might need something else to help calm them down. Like sometimes just being able to play catch or like bounce a ball at the wall and back is nice.
So for us, because we've already started our space, it nearly doesn't have all the items that it needs to have.
We have kind of these, they're called True Balance. And so there's some kind of more like STEM style activities, but you can focus on just grounding yourself and moving outside of your own brain to work on an activity.
Sometimes in education we tend to forget about the staff. Similar to students, our staff are stressed, right? So we think if we can duplicate a similar space to this space for our adults, it would be great.
I've always thought that education is hard work, meaning, with the muscles, and it's hard work with the heart. And, the mind and the heart have to be aligned to do this thing that we call teaching. It's not just a profession, it is a calling.
Staff make, they say roughly 1,500 decisions a day, and that's mentally taxing. Anyone that has to make that many decisions, they're constantly on.
And so I think having a space that we can clear our heads as adults makes us more present to support and help and to move on to that next thing.
We feel that the number one thing is to have a staff member who can be in here so that our kids can utilize this space all day, full day.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our aspirations that we definitely would like for someone to be able to supervise that space for our students. We know that, maybe it's a dream that someone could do that potentially full time.
Someone who has a background in yoga or social work, someone who has a background in counseling, who could really affirm that what our middle schoolers are feeling is okay.
We have some phenomenal community partners that are already supporting us, particularly with like restorative practices in circles. So I'd love to see those community partners come in and help us, but I'd love to see those things happen proactively.
And of course, using our community resources, Robin Wellness Center, and other community organizations to help us to create a space that is a welcoming place that we know will in turn give Robbinsdale area schools and the surrounding communities more positive impact. This is the 10th anniversary of the Bird Bash, and what a wonderful way to be involved in the Bird Bash with our middle school students.
It's hard to put into words my appreciation to the Seven Dreams Foundation and a unique opportunity like this that's clearly really focused on what students need and really trying to create positive outcomes for our students.
Without you guys, we can't make the dreams of our future students happen, and creating this space for them is really what we need to do.
I just believe so much in what we are doing for the Robbinsdale area school community, and that could not be done without the dedication of the Bird Bash members and the board of directors. And thank you, thank you, thank you. We thank you.